So finally, the MX-5 has sold. How long has it been? A few weeks. Probably been a few weeks. I think we ended it, I was undecided what I was going to do with this MX-5, whether I sold it with the gearbox issue and just tried to get my money out of it, or fix it up and tried getting £3 for it. I think for a couple of weeks I listed it at like £3, trying to sell it, and I'll sell it as is and get the gearbox done. And I was about to order the gearbox when I thought, let's try and move this series on. I don't know how long it would take to sell the MX-5 at full retail. So I dropped it to 1,690 quid. So just £190 more than I paid for it. And I said the synchro and fifth wasn't great. It's not cheese, you put it in and makes a bit of a crunch. And I sold it relatively quickly after I did that for £1,690. He was happy, thought he was getting a bargain. So we have finally bought the next car. So we made I would do a whiteboard for it, but we made £190. I didn't spend anything on it. It came in, it sat for a while. I got my money out of it, and let's move it into something that will make money, hopefully relatively quickly. So I have bought for the series next a 2013 on a 62 plate Fiat 500 Colour Therapy. If you don't know what the Colour Therapy is, I think they did red with red seats, yellow with blue seats, which is what we have, a mustard yellow one. Last yellow car I had a birthday with me. So, but it's Fiat 500, so you know, there'll be someone who likes it. This one, we're a bit tight on budget. So our new budget, as you can see here, is with the £190 we made on the MX-5. At least we didn't make a loss. It was just a shame that we made so little after so long. But let's move this on. £3,184.82. I bought this Fiat 500 from auction for a hammer price of £2,700. So after fees, it's £3,104.96. I put a set of plates on it, my own plates, and we've added it for 20 quid. This has already been done off camera because Lewis works full time elsewhere and I do this, so I do kind of have to get stuff moving. So we're kind of backtracking now. We're not doing it on camera, but to be honest, it's lovely. There's nothing wrong with it. Everything works. I've already driven it. But we'll go out in it and show you around it quick. But yeah, it's hopefully going to be less drama than last time and more money. It's going to be listed at £4,890, and that leaves us a potential profit of £1,743.05. Now, it could do with the service. I have to service it myself, and I think I'm going to have to get a service kit for very cheap. So I might have to ask my trader friend, because it gives me £38 for an oil filter and oil, which on a Fiat 500 would be tight. I used to service these myself when I was smaller, and I used to buy the oil for like 30 quid, and then an oil filter was like 6, so we might have to ask a favour. But we'll see. Or I'll try and sell it as is, because I think it was serviced recently, but not too recently, but it's not due one. And the MOT is 12 months already. So we're a bit tight on budget with how much we've got left, like £30 something left, but hopefully once this sells we'll be up to like nearly £4,900 for the next car, and we're well on our way, rather than messing around for a month and a half with a broken MX-5 that I took in trade and didn't drive. I'll be honest, I did take a risk with this one. I bought it from auction as an essential check just because it was a bit older, so it's not assured, so it could have been wrong and there's no comeback on it. But everything's fine, drives lovely. Should we go see it? We'll go out for a little drive in it. Yeah. It's not the most interesting things, but I've sold a few of these colour therapies, 2 red ones and 2 yellow ones before. This is my 3rd. Hopefully this one sells pretty quick and we'll get some decent money in the bank, and it won't take 2 months to do. Yeah. Let's go see it. Right, we are in the said 500. It has 35,700 miles, that is all. It's got the city button, so the steering wheel is really light. It's quite a nice thing. Lewis is just getting a BMW out of the way that we actually did a video on, that you'll probably see before this or after, I don't know. Lewis will know. I'll just go out for a quick spin in this. Now, the only thing I've had with these is the aerial. The radio never works because there's water ingress in the aerial. This one's dirty, but it seems to be working. Radio works, I've already checked this. It does kind of have that typical Fiat 500 slight crunch as you go in reverse, but literally every single one I've done has had that. I'll be honest, I'm very happy with this. The interior is nice, there's decent history. I don't think it's full service history, but it's only done 35,000 miles, so it's full for the mileage by far. It's got like 6 service stamps, but not for the age. I used to do stuff like this all the time. Obviously now it's just a bit too old for me really on a forecourt, but with this sort of mileage I don't mind. But obviously we're doing it for part of the training up series. I think this would be a good one to get some money back quickly. These are nice, and this mustard yellow colour, although it's slightly objective, is popular because it's rare, and with the combination of kind of the grey blue seats, they're nice. I think with colour therapies you could spec a colour on the outside, and then it was a spec to match it on the inside with the gear knob and everything. I'm going because I'll be there forever otherwise. But yeah, this drive's quite nice. We're actually doing a video on another Fiat 500. Warning, low fuel, that's alright. That's the only warning light that fucking beeps at me, that's alright. We're actually doing a video on another Fiat 500. But you probably won't see that for a while. That one is a 500 convertible twin air that's worth about 8 grand. But we decided to do a video from like complete start to finish, like showing paintwork, mechanics, after it's sold, like confirmation of sales. So you'll see that when it sells. Ooh, Insignia VXR with actually really nice diamond cut wheels. And behind it, an MGA. Nice, cool things. This one's got the 1.2 engine, not the twin air. The 0.9 twin air. I actually prefer the 1.2 engines on a reliability front, just because they're just older Fiat engines that are proven to be pretty good. The only issues I really have with these are the odd electrical issue, normally with the dials doing some weird things. I had one where everything was upside down. Don't know why, it just was. It's like customer said, oh, my dials have stopped working, and then when they brought it in they said it was working, but everything's upside down. I mean, essentially, if you know anything about these, they are just a Ford KA underneath. I don't know which copy's which, but the Fiat 500 and the Ford KA are all the same. The buttons are in the same place, the gear knob's in the same place, the dash is very similar. They've just changed it so you don't notice it to the normal person's eye, but I prefer these, to be honest. I think the KAs are cheaper and you get better value for money. I mean, I'm not talking as if I'd own one, but I mean, if you are looking for a first car, I know the typical Fiat 500 blah blah blah, but they are good. They are pretty reliable, the 1.2s. They always have like knocking in the rear from the top rubber bushes of the top mount, not top mounts, the suspension struts, but they're like, everything's so cheap on this car. As you heard, like to do an oil change if you do it yourself, it's like 30–40 pounds to buy oil and a filter, you know, and the suspension like struts on the rear, which always go are like £30 for 2, and it's 2 bolts holding it on. You know, I'm no mechanic. I'm mechanically inclined, like I know how things work. Never really done much other than like disc pads and services, but like when I used to deal with the small stuff like this, I used to be able to work on them all myself. You know, the last yellow one I had of these, you know, like the door handle wouldn't open from the outside, which obviously is an MOT fail. You know, it's stuff I could do myself when I didn't have very many cars. It's like nice, you want to be able to do as much as you can yourself, fill your time and make sure you earn as much money as you can. But you know, now I just kind of outsource everything, because like for example, this wasn't even that dirty when it came in. It's a bit dirtier now just because it sat outside for a couple of days before we did this video, but I could have easily cleaned it myself in about 2 hours, but I was just busy, so I sent it down to the valeters, or Lewis went down in the valeters with it. So you kind of got to bear with that you don't see everything, but just to get another one out there, it has to be done at the end of the day. YouTube obviously doesn't pay any, but yeah, pretty happy with it. Just coming back to the unit now. I mean, I'm hoping this colour is either going to take ages to sell or sell really quick. When I've done them before, I didn't have any issues selling them. What other colour did they do? I think they did a grey. They definitely did a grey. The last one I sold, the key it showed on the key what colours they did, like all the different colours. But if I could have a forecourt full of stuff like this, I would. It's just hard to find, hard to win, and hard to win cheap. And I was amazed I won this cheap, to be honest, because of a car of 5 grand, I wasn't expecting such a big margin. But yeah, hopefully next time you see me, this would have sold, and it'll be episode 5, and we'll have nearly 5 grand to play with. Right, see you in a bit.